Hello, gang. So, I'm going to do another collective. I was like having a bit of a hard time decide. I've just done one for IG and I just kind of went with the flow to see what happened. And I was like, oh, I don't really know where I'm going with these collectives at the moment because there's so much going on. So I've decided I'm going to do star signs. Now, the last star sign video I did was freaking long. It was so long. So I am not going to do individual star signs. I'm going to do it by element. So I'm going to see where these take me. We're going to start with fire signs because we are actually in Aries season, although soon to be Taurus season. But yeah, we'll start with fire signs. We'll see what's going on for fire signs. Bear in mind, guys, that, obviously you have your sun sign. So you might be, let's say, an Aries, and you may listen to the Aries portion of this reading and think, do you know what, I don't actually resonate with that. I resonate more with the water signs. So take into consideration the rest of your chart. Take into consideration your sun, your moon, your rising. But there's other elements of your chart as well that you can take into consideration. You've got obviously your big six. But yeah, just if you resonate, if you resonate more with, if you've got an earth sign Mercury and you resonate more with that, take that. Like, don't worry about it. Fire signs. Let's get into it. So we have got quite a lot of very, very, very closed off, but also empty energy going on for fire signs. I do feel like you guys have had a bit of a hard time. We've got 5 of Pentacles, we've got 3 of Swords. This guy's never a good one to have, like, because this oftentimes does mean Spirit's saying to me now that something's happening between you and someone else, and potentially this person is flittering backwards and forwards between you and, like, coming to you and being with you and then wanting to walk away from you, or maybe even be with somebody else. I don't really know the ins and outs, but this person's leaving you feeling empty. We've got the 4 of Pentacles, and this can link to ego, but it can also link to holding on to something too tightly. And I feel like for you guys, potentially you are holding on really tightly to this person and they are flittering backwards and forwards because you are holding on too tight. You need to, like, let them go. Let them go. And it doesn't mean let them leave, or it doesn't mean that they are going to leave and never come back. It just means just stop chasing. Stop pushing them. Stop making them come back. Stop making them feel like they have to come back. Don't message them or call them. Like, let them, give them a bit of like a run for the money. Keep them on their toes a little bit, because I do feel like these guys are pushing against something. Like, if you've got a person that's in your life that's doing this, it's because they're trying to push against potentially a little bit of control on your part. And it could be a spiritual lesson. It could be that they are not in a good place. Whatever it is, they are not in a stable enough energy to continue with a stable relationship. So that's why it's happening. We've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the Table, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we have got Abbey. Now, what I'm getting with this is that there is going to be a conversation. There's going to be a frank and honest conversation with this person, and you're maybe going to tell them, like, look, you have made me feel really bad. You've made me really upset. You've really broken my heart at times. And this person's going to probably give you some answers, which is really good. And it will lead to a new beginning. We've got 2 new beginning cards. There's going to be stability. There will be stability. There'll be stability in this connection. It is here to stay. The connection is here to stay. You are going to be with this person, I do feel. I feel like for some it could even be marriage, because we've got the Abbey. And we've got 6 of Wands. This is victory. This is like good energy. It's good karma. It's bringing it back around. But you've got to stop chasing. You've got to stop chasing, because that ultimately is there's a lesson here for you guys to both learn. And I think that part of it is that you're going to have to pull back and get out of that chaser energy, and then they will get out of the runner energy. This person may be a Capricorn, they may be an earth sign, they may have Capricorn in the chart. Either way, they're being maybe a little bit on the colder side, like Capricorns can be at times. But I also feel like potentially we've got a Saturn influence, because Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. So there could be a little bit of a Saturn return going on for some of you, or you could have like a really heavy karmic kind of thing going on, because Saturn does link to karma. So you could have a really heavy karmic thing going on with this person. It doesn't have to mean that they're a karmic partner. They could even be a twin flame, whatever you resonate with. But yeah, definitely a little bit of karma to work through. Let's go on to earth signs, since Taurus is next. And I love it because I've got the Hierophant in reverse, which is Taurus. We'll talk about the reversal in a moment, but yeah. Let's see. Earth signs, what's going on with you guys? Earth signs, you are really pissed off. Which kind of makes sense because, you know, you can get really pissed off. Earth signs. Yeah, you are pretty much not playing games anymore. Like, you don't want to play ball. You are mad as F. You are really, really mad. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for earth signs. Like, we've got the Hierophant in reverse. I feel like some of you, this is going to be relating to a relationship, but for others, it's just generally your spiritual path, or the kind of karma you've been dealt recently, or the hands you've been dealt. You are like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it might be that you've really had a pretty big bad bag of shit thrown at you, and you've just had enough, and you are saying, do you know what, screw this, I aren't doing it anymore. We've got the High Priestess and we've got Temperance, so I do really feel like it is relating to spiritual lessons and spiritual growth. And it could be, like I say, it could be about a person, it could be about a twin flame, but it could also be just generally your spiritual path, and you're like, I am fucking sick, man. Like, what is going on? Why am I being thrown so much heavy stuff? Like, why am I getting so much heavy energy? And I think collectively, we've all had a shit show, especially from Pisces season to now, and you're just tired. You're tired. You're like, I don't want to heal anymore. Do you know what? I'll be a bad person. I'll take being a bad person over this shit. You're not in harmony, but that's where you are heading. I do feel like it's coming, but you are actually like a bit broken at the moment, because we've got ruins, we've got negotiation, which is interesting because I almost feel like you're blackmailing spirit. It's like, I aren't doing no more work. I'm not doing it, spirit. You're gonna have to pull something out the bag. Like, I do feel like you guys are putting your foot down with certain things. And again, just to reiterate, it could be with a spiritual journey, but it could also be with a person. So you could actually be putting your foot down and negotiating with a person. And I feel like you're making it really hard for them, because this person is probably trying the best to do something that they're not really able to give to the relationship, or they're not really able to give to you in the way that you expect them to. But you're like, I'm not playing. So they are literally like, okay, we'll talk, we'll sit down and we'll talk. And we've got a union energy as well, so there is union to be had for earth signs with a counterpart. Now, whether it's that you relate to what I'm saying about this situation from a perspective of a person being involved and you've got union with that person, or that your union will come in once you get rid of this karma and you get through these spiritual lessons, and you're going to be like, right, you're going to meet somebody who's going to make it all worth it. Like, spirit is saying it is going to be worth it. And I do feel like for some, Cancer season's a biggie, because we've got Cancer here. It could be that your person's a Cancer, but I also feel like it's Cancer season. Right, air signs. Since we've got Cancer, I'm going to move on to water signs and see what comes up for water signs. Right, what's going on with water signs? So when I'm saying when I'm pulling these cards, I've got that Selena Gomez song in my head, I'll Be Single Soon. And funnily enough, she's a Cancer, I do believe. I think she's Cancer. So for water signs, you could be newly single. You could be, oh yeah, okay, somebody's newly single. Right, it could be that you are newly single. It could be that you've been single for a while and you are finally cutting the ties with somebody who's been giving you grief. We have got 8 of Cups energy, we've got 9 of Pentacles energy, we've got 9 of Wands, we've got somebody who's really giving you the runaround, like someone who's maybe not quite... These these readings are all very, very much giving twin flame readings, I'm not going to lie. So a lot of people might, who have twin flames, might resonate with these element readings as well. Cancers have been working, I want to say cancers, but water signs, water signs have been working on themselves pretty heavily for quite some time in this group, and they are feeling like they have been dishonoured in some way by somebody. Again, it's a similar kind of vibe to the earth sign. It's a similar kind of vibe to the fire sign. The earth signs definitely are taking no more prisoners, and they're negotiating. The fire signs are still a little bit in chaser mode, it seems, but the water signs seem to be just saying, no, it's over, and moving on. And that's ultimately their vibe. Like, a lot of these water signs have given so much emotionally and invested so much emotionally in this person that they are like, nah. And I actually think for some it's because somebody new has come in, because we've got the Ace of Wands and it's giving loads of sexual energy. Like, I do feel like somebody else might have stolen the show a little bit here, or you may have realised that the person that you are moving on from isn't the person you actually want to align to, because you have had an encounter with somebody else outside of the connection that's been a little bit more intense, or there's been some kind of like chemistry there that you didn't think you'd have with other people, and it's made you see that that person's not for you anymore. Like, it's out with the old, in with the new for water signs. I keep wanting to say cancers, so there might be a few cancers that this specifically resonates with. But yeah, I do feel like out with the old, in with the new. And I'm hearing avoidance, so there could be some things you are avoiding, so do bear that in mind. Remember to use wisdom with this. Like, are you doing this are you driving this situation forward because you are coming from a place of ego? Or are you driving this situation forward because it's genuine? Like, we've got misfortune, so I do feel like for some of you, you've had a bit of a rough ride, and you are just kind of like, no, I'm done. But is it ego, or is it because you actually genuinely want it? Like, what are your reasons for it? Like, are you moving away from one person only to get in bed with another? Not quite literally, but figuratively speaking. But really, it's the same kind of energy. It's just that you're doing it with a different person. Like, you've got to really figure out if you're doing the things for the right reasons. And I think for some of you, there is going to be an element of getting a bit of a hard lesson learn. I think for others, like, if you're moving away from somebody, and if you have had expectations of somebody and then they've not followed through with them, and you've then met somebody else and they've changed the game for you, I do feel like potentially you've got to have some downtime between relationships, or some time away from that other person, because the last thing you want to do is literally jump into a very similar situation. Like, I do feel like you have to have a period of time where you are on your own, so you can process, so you can release, so you can enjoy being single, or you can enjoy being on your own before you move on with somebody else. We've also got gift and enemy. So don't be your own worst enemy with this. Really, really sit with it. Like, sometimes it's difficult to have some home truths, or to even give yourself some home truths. Let's face it, we all do it from time to time. We all go into a place of ego and then don't want to admit where we're going wrong. But Spirit's going to guide you on this quite a lot, I do think. Let's move on to, last but not least, air signs. Sorry, I'm getting an energy already. I'm getting a weird energy. Like, so for these air signs, you may be a little bit flaky with some. Oh God, what an energy! What an energy! We've got the Prince of Wands, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Princess of Cups. I really, really feel like we've got a masculine energy here that is a little bit hard to peg. Hard to peg down. Okay. And then we've got a feminine energy that's a bit dreamy. So it's so confusing, and it just makes so much sense that it's an air sign reading, because air signs, you guys, like, sometimes can be, or I don't want to say flaky, absolutely not, but sometimes you can be a little bit disinterested in romance and in relationships. Like, I feel like you can go all in. You go all in at times, and it's like, oh yeah, this is so, like, you know what, I'm really into this person, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I'm not really bothered about them. Like, there's a little bit of energy of that. Like, it's hard to pin you down. So that's why I'm getting a bit confused, because I'm like, I'm feeling like this could be you, but also it could be another. Oh God, this energy. I'm just gonna have to pull some more cards. I do apologise, guys. I think I do feel like you and another person have got a dynamic where you're quite interchangeable. So, you know, you might be in this kind of fuckboy energy, and then you might move into this really loving energy with this person. So again, it feels again like we've got a twin flame, and we have got a union card here with the Two of Cups. So I do feel like it is that we've got a twin flame relationship that I'm channeling for, where the two of you kind of flitter between fuckboy energy and being detached and saying I'm not interested, and then really dreamy, really emotional, really loving energy, and being like, oh yeah, do you know what? I'm so loved up with them. And you could be in the loved up energy, and they'll be in the fuckboy energy, and then you switcheroo, you do a switcheroo, and it's like, what? It's like so unbelievably confusing. And I think it feels like air signs are kind of in that place now where they are like, oh, this is just a doomed relationship. And I don't think it is. So I'm getting some cards here, right? I don't think it is I don't think it is a doomed relationship air sign, and it is about to change, because you've done this like game of racquetball for too long now, and you're just like, oh, can't deal with this backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. It's drawing you out. It's making you feel like it just goes on and on and on. It just goes on and on and on and on and on, and there's no like real end to it. You just want to be at peace now. You want peace. You want peace. You want security. We've got richness as well. Like, I feel like for some air signs, you are going like, do you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to focus on my money. I'm going to focus on my bag. Like, literally, you just like maybe going into workaholic mode. You don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to do this. And it's probably in Aries season that you've realised, and you've been in and out with this person. And I get the impression that these people, in this dynamic, you have been trying to float away. You've been trying to like distance yourself, and then your counterpart is like, come back, come back, come back. And you're just like, oh. And you get pulled in because you love this person, and you know, you want to make it work, but then they don't change, and they don't do anything, and they don't make it right, and you are like, fuck this, just fuck it. So it's almost, but it's not anger I'm feeling, it's deflated. Like, there's like a deflated, miserable energy here. Like, you are just miserable, and it's just like, do you know what? I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Like, I've had it up to my absolute eyeballs. How much more of this can I take? It's funny because I'm so disappointed with these readings. Like, I was thinking, oh, do you know what? It might be good to do like elements, because we'll get some different results. But literally, I might as well have done the same collective. It does seem like you guys that watch this video are all going to resonate with it if you are on a twin flame journey, ultimately, because there's been a lot of like mucking about, let's face it. There's been a lot of mucking about going on in the collective, and I think like people are just tired now. And it seems to be showing in these element readings that everyone's tired. We're all knackered, and we all just want a good long siesta, or a good long holiday. Like, so yeah, I do feel like a lot of people will resonate if you're on the twin flame journey. Comment below if that's you. Comment below if that's you, and I'll see you again soon.